We've heard that Kevin Stefanski's offense likes to run the football. You got Nick Chubb, you got the two guards that are new, and they like to throw the tight ends, and they like to run two tight end formations. The question that kind of pops into your mind is Odell Beckham going to be happy in that kind of offense? Do you think it's possible to keep Odell Beckham happy in the type of offense that traditionally is run by Kevin Stefanski?
Right. So one is you look at a guy like Stephon Diggs and you look at the year he had last year, and he was really good. And the Vikings threw the ball down the field a pretty fair amount, according to PFF. They were in the top 10. Kirk Cousins was in the top 10 in deep pass percentage. So there's going to be some opportunities to throw the ball down the field. Now, the other side of that is Stephon Diggs was just never happy, and now he's in Buffalo. So I don't know if you look at that as him just not being happy. He wasn't getting the ball enough. If he's just kind of one of those types of wide receivers that's never going to be happy in any situation, or if it really was the offense. But I think there's opportunities for a guy like Odell Beckham, especially when you consider you look at the rest of this receiving core. Odell is really good at catching slants, catch and runs, things like that. But he's also a downfield threat, as we know. And I don't think there's a lot of other downfield threats in this receiving core. It's really Odell Beckham as that guy that can get down the field and get your deep passing game going. So I definitely think there's a way to keep him happy in this offense.
Do you get a sense that winning cures a lot of things with particularly with Odell Beckham? I think when they're winning, everything else kind of falls into place for guys like him that are competitive.
And these guys also know. Look, last year when guys were complaining about not getting the ball, the team was a disaster, and everybody knew it, and fans were going to take their side. If the team is winning, and then you're sitting there and you're complaining that you're not getting the ball or you're not getting opportunities you want, fans are going to turn on you very quickly. So, in a lot of different ways, winning can kind of cure things. It can obviously make you happier because you're winning, but also you understand that if your team is winning but you're complaining, it's not going to be received very well.
Last thing I'll ask you before I let you go: what do you make of training camp? How drastically different do you sense training camp will be in 2020 for the Browns?
It's going to look completely different. And I know there's talk of maybe smaller rosters, so you might not have 90 players. They've got to figure out how to hold team meetings. The Browns have this great team meeting room, but they can't put a whole team in there right now if they have to keep 6 feet apart. So are they going to have to go into the field house and set up meeting spaces there and hold meetings outdoors? Are they going to have to divide locker room time? So maybe the offense gets to be in the locker room at this time and the defense gets to be in the locker room at this time. Never mind practices. There's not going to be any fans at practices. Obviously, that hasn't been announced, but there's no way that you could think there's going to be 2 or 3,000 people attending a training camp practice, especially at that facility. I don't know how much we're going to be able to watch as media members in person. So it's going to be a very different looking training camp, and they've got to figure out how to do some of this competitive stuff because you have to be competitive in camp. It's the one time when you can put the pads on, go head to head, hit each other, and kind of figure out who's who. They've got to figure out how to do that and do it in a safe way without an outbreak happening on the team.